So we'll call to order the regular meeting of the St. Croix EMS Commission meeting Thursday, September 5th, 2019. First up, we have the discussion and possible action on the minutes of August 15th, regular EMS Commission meeting. You guys get a chance to take a look?
I'll move to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Motion to approve and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, that is accepted. The financial report, which we do not have a current financial report, I don't believe. Again, seeing that we're meeting every 2 weeks, so we'll just skip over that. Update on transition of St. Croix EMS to Lakeview EMS. Jotted a few notes down. So the date of September 9th is still the transition date. I talked with John Mueller yesterday just to make sure that transition was in place in terms of their staffing, and everything is a go from their end. So that transition time is 6 a.m. on September 9th, the only caveat being if St. Croix EMS, if an ambulance is out, if a crew is out on a call, it's when they return back to headquarters from there. So that being said, there's no move-in by Lakeview until St. Croix EMS operations is done. Again, whether that's the 6 a.m. or when that final crew comes back, if they're out on a call. A couple of other detail points. The narcotics disposal is scheduled and led by medical director at Regions. Josh, do we have somebody here from St. Croix EMS staff? It's whoever is here, I would
It'll
assume.
be two of us from here and then two
Got it.
from Regions. That'll
Gotcha.
dispose of everything.
And my understanding is that they're taking care of all the paperwork and all that
Yep.
piece for the city and for themselves and for St. Croix EMS. So again, sort of that move in, I want to circle back on the facilities. The need for Lakeview on the facility ends, we did reach an agreement in this last council meeting on Tuesday night, and that has gone now for signature both with Lakeview and the city for renting out the space that is currently occupied by St. Croix EMS. I do want to say also that the facilities of St. Croix EMS, again, will not be affected until after the services ended. One exception being that we have a dumpster arriving on Friday that will be placed outside, but nothing will be taken out or disposed of until after the service ends. Scott St. Martin and Mike Miraz from Public Works both have teams here to help on that morning, to help facilitate that transition. Josh, my understanding is that you're working on working up some of the inventory anyway that exists with St. Croix EMS now.
Correct.
And then in our conversation yesterday, you also, last week was the last order placed
For supplies, yes.
for disposable supplies.
Yep.
And how are we looking on that? Is that,
Yeah, hopefully
it should get us through?
we should get through, yeah.
Gotcha. Have you had conversation at all with John in case you do need more disposable supplies?
We
Just
have,
as
yes.
You have?
Yep.
Great, thank you. Equipment, so the ambulance and the equipment that Lakeview wishes to purchase, that is still a work in progress between lawyers and operations. So I'm hoping that there is an update in this evening's public safety meeting. We have a regular meeting of the Public Safety Committee at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Like I said, hopefully we have some guidance there. Have you heard anything on the equipment end since we've talked? Okay. Is there anything else that I missed, Josh, on the transition piece?
I don't think so.
Okay. Any other questions from Stan, Tom?
I don't have any questions, no.
Okay. And again, I just want to thank Josh and your staff through this transition period. This is, I think, better than what we could have ever hoped for in terms of looking at the staffing as well in these last couple of weeks. How many times have you had to go with Lakeview? Like, just a handful of times, right? Not even.
Been 2 total times that they've covered our service area for us.
Gotcha. 2 shifts.
Yeah, I know
Basically.
they've covered football game last Saturday here at the high school.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Gotcha. That's incredible. We can talk more about that with operations too, but so moving on to statistics. Any questions, thoughts,
None for me.
Stan? Okay.
Numbers look normal.
What's that?
The numbers are pretty consistent across, from each
Right,
municipality, month to month. So.
right. Okay. Operations supervisors report. Josh?
Don't have much to report, just trying to finish up and tie up everything downstairs, so.
Right on. Again, just taking a look at that schedule. Did you guys take a look at the actuals? For July, for August especially. Even just within that last week, just everything being staffed up to 2 full staff, 2 full-time ambulances. So, thank you, Josh.
Yep.
And
And
the
your
crew.
team. Yeah, exactly. And the crew for everybody signing up. Anything else to report back?
No, just still waiting on some answers from the city as far as what happens, after we're done, as far as our continuing education and, a bunch of other stuff that has been pushed forward.
Okay.
Waiting for answers on, so obviously we're down to, actually, the last 2 business, or today and tomorrow, so as far as regular business days go, so.
How many are signed up for the last day?
I think I have 8 people right now.
Gotcha. All right, anything else on operations supervisor report? Okay. I asked Joanne to put this one in. I did talk with our legal counsel on this. I guess what I'm really looking for here is sort of a recommendation coming from you guys. Again, discussion and possible action to disband the EMS commission. I mostly want to hear that you guys have agreement with disbanding, and then we can take that formal process through the city. So, any kind of thoughts?
As you know, we've signed a contract with Lakeview, so we're covered in, they'll report quarterly or whatever to our board, rather than have another commission or whatever. So, we should be in good shape there. Just the biggest concern is with the disbanding is there disbursement of what assets are left or whatever when the sales are completed, and because there's a pretty good chunk of there was, at least last time we saw a report, there was pretty good dollar amount and stuff in there. So we've been members forever, and we stayed with you for the duration, and we're just asking to be treated fairly.
Okay.
I would just add, given the pending transition, and it sounds like everything's all lined up to go for Monday, and with our gratitude and my compliments to you and the staff, and you guys have been nothing but professional, and just can't say enough positive things about what you've done, especially during this transition period, and wish you the best. And given no further business, I would recommend that we do disband. And I don't know who has the approval to do that, but do you bring that forward to the common council, or?
I will.
Okay.
And I would second.
Okay. So motion and a second to disband. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I guess I really want to thank you, Josh, for the years of experience that you've the years of service that you've put in personally, to all your crew throughout the years, but especially over the course of the last 3 years, right? This roller coaster ride of where we are now at the end of the road on that. So I just want to thank you sincerely.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm absolutely amazed that, you did such a great job with the cards you were dealt. It was just, it's sad to be ending, but you did a fantastic job for, for all the turmoil that we've had in the last 3-4 years, and you've held together really well. So I want to thank you for sure for that too.
Thank you.
With that, I'll entertain a motion.
To adjourn, I'll make the motion.
And second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned.